I'm going
Um,
live. Wow, it's so nice having everyone on board. You're all welcome to today's stream.
Thank
Uh,
you.
Let me add all the people. We have Good Luck Ringo. Good luck. We need your face. And we have Madam Hot Babe Edwina.
aka Ibiriola.
Ma, yes, Ibere Ola. Are you
Hola.
today? Yeah, yeah. It's so nice to have everyone on board today, and you are all welcome. We have Mary Shema. Let's add. Oh, okay. Mary Shema is at the background. Uh, Presently, we can only have 6 persons uh,
Okay.
aboard. So Mary Shema, just exercise patience with us. We're going to add it very soon. So let's test the mic. You are all welcome to this beautiful live stream today. Today is such a wonderful day that we are discussing something so deep. We are bringing on the platform two basic African related discussion that uh, that we can call dovetail into all the events we are having in the world. Because when it comes to history of the people and the food of the people of any set of persons, these are two factors you can never compromise. And as such, on one side, we are having this young man by name Prince Oladipupo Jejelola, who is still struggling with his audio. he's, he's still struggling with his audio, and we hope that he gets back on track with his audio. He happens to be a researcher into the fact that the ancient, are we together?
Yes, we are.
Okay,
Yes, we are.
okay. I think that sound. Let me check if it's coming from Prince. No, it's not from Prince. Okay.
Is it coming from my end?
Let me check. Bidemi. Is it from Bidemi? Oh, it's coming from Bidemi. That sound is coming from Bidemi. So, Bidemi, you are the suspect. Okay.
Okay.
I think it's generator sound or something.
Yes,
So,
there is no power at the
It,
moment. Is it
it
better
could be
now?
my ventilator.
it's still, no, it's not yours. It's Bidemi.
So it's not mine. See?
It's, no, it's Bidemi. Once I mute Bidemi, everywhere is quiet. Okay, so that is coming from Bidemi. So to start with this evening, I think Mary Shema, I would love to add Mary Shema also. Mary Shema, just hold on a bit. So today, what we are looking at is something interesting because we are looking at a young man, an African that embarked on the research into the ancient Hebrew language, the ancient Hebrew tongue, the ancient Hebrew communication line that shows that the lost tribes of Israel are actually in no other place but in Africa. And he embarked on this research down to the fact that the language of communication of the ancient Hebrew are actually that of the Yoruba people, who happens to be the Western Nigerian people. So we'll come into that. Then at the other side of the coin, we are now looking at the organization that is thinking ahead for the African youth, the African populace, the African farmers in the area of agriculture, in which they are helping us to prepare for the future in the sense that the kind of seed that we are using in the agricultural sector is something that we should sit back and reflect on the possibility of accessing the right seed for our agriculture to be what to be preserved in terms of organically grown agricultural products or what have you. Now I wouldn't talk much. I'm just using this to introduce the two key angles we are coming out today. The first angle is the angle of who are we as a people. Then the other angle is the angle of what are we consuming now, what have we been consuming in the past, and what are we going to be consuming in the future. I happen to be an economic statistician, and in economics there is a theorem that states that the way for any economy to grow is what? The prosperity of any economy lies in agriculture, which is land. And as such, if the African really wants to be sure of their continuity as a people without being bedeviled into sickness and what have you, then they need to be conscious of what they are taking in. And what we are taking in can only come from one particular line of people, the farmers. So if the farmers got the seeding wrong, if the farmers do not accept the right seeding, then there is trouble for the so-called
Africa.
to coming on board today, and we have so many questions to be asked. So I want everyone here to introduce himself or herself to our audience. To start with, we start from Prince Oladipo Jejelola. Can we hear you, please? Oh, Prince Oladipo Jejelola, we cannot speak.
We can't hear you.
We can't hear you at all. Okay, you know what you do? It's very easy. I think I know the challenge now. What you need to do now is to log out. Are you with me? Are you communicating with your system, with your laptop, just or your phone? Whatever you are doing, shut it down, restart it, and join back. Everything will be perfect. I think I've just gotten the solution to your challenge. So while you are going out, let me quickly bring in Mary. Okay, Mary is not there again. Okay, Mary, wherever you are, I want you to just come in now so that we can start from there. So we want Edwina, Madam Edwina, aka Ibereola.
You froze. What does he want Edwina to do? AKA Ibiriola. Oh, to introduce myself?
Yes, I think he wants you to do that.
Okay. The last time we had this show, I was the one that kept freezing and he was the freezing. Anyway. Hi everybody. Oh. Hi everybody. Greetings from my end.
Are we back?
Well, I'm here. I don't know where you went. Anyway. I can see all of my glasses. Hi everybody. I am Edwina, aka Ibiriola. I am an African born in Liberia. My background is in business administration. I have experience in the humanitarian sector. I'm currently working with the most fabulous team on the earth, creating that to promote organic farming and agribusiness in Africa for the youth as well as for the adults. So that means
apologies for the little this. I want you to restart your intro, please, Madam Edwina. You have the floor now. This is the main person that we know in Seeding Africa. Please, you have the floor now.
Okay. Good evening, everybody. I am Edwina. I'm an African first, born in Liberia. My background is in business administration, and I have experience in the humanitarian sector. I am part of a team called Seeding Africa, and it's the most wonderful team in the world. I can say that with certainty. And we together are trying to, not are trying, so we are going to, and we are busy with planning to implement projects in all 54 countries of Africa. And that is an agriculture project, but not only just planting the seed into the ground, that is very important, but the whole agribusiness of things. So from the time you put the seed in, first training, seed goes in, organic seeds, by the way, none other than that. Seed goes in until it's harvested, sold over to the value chain comes in. So we're taking the whole value chain of it. That's the idea. We are focusing and concentrating on 300, so three communities per country, 100 persons per community, and 300 youth per country. That means initially 600 people per country is what we're focusing on. And we'll start with that. When that works, then we'll progress to an additional three. And the idea is that we're going to facilitate this trainer of trainers as well. And where the people that we train, it will roll over to the next. If I'm forgetting anything, team, feel free to jump in. The idea is to make our youth, that's the first thing, that's our priority, because Africa, 75% of our people are under up until 30, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong. And to give them something to do to build up their capacity, but also women who have lost their spouses, who are single, and adults, young adults as well. We're going to be focusing on them. We are going to be focusing on people who have never done farming before and people who have little knowledge of farming, and we're going to help them teach them. We're going to work with them. I don't want us to come out as being what's the word? That word, arrogant. We're not going to teach them. We're going to work with them, meaning that what we know, we'll show it to them, and what they know, they'll show it to us. And what we learn from them, we can bring it on to the next community that we work in. We're also going to be saving seeds. We're going to be working. We're also going to create three school gardening projects in each country. We're going to work with the environmental aspects of farming. So basically, it's a whole. It's not a small project. It's a whole big project, and it's funded. The idea is that it's going to be funded by Africans for Africans. That means that if you're listening to this, put in your budget at least a couple of dollars a month to send over to us if you're African or if you're black.
Wow. Wow. Thank you so very much for that first level introduction. Uh, Prince Jejolola, is your mic okay now? I think the powers of Africa are romancing with your phone now. so I'll just give you time to. We can't hear you still. We can't hear you. I want you to try to use your phone to do the connection, if that will work. Okay. Over to you, Augustino. Mr. Augustino.
Welcome.
We would like to meet with you.
Yes, hi everyone.
Hi.
Hello.
Yeah, we can
Yes,
hear
my
you.
name is Agostino. I'm part of the sitting. Okay, good. I'm part of the Sitting Africa team. Edwin has almost said all, but my specialty in linking farmers with the market. I'm working as a agribusiness specialist and in various areas. So, in short, I can say we as Sitting Africa, we want to link youth, women, and farmers at large to the market while ensuring the food security within their homes. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you so very much, sir. And now over to Good Luck Ringo.
Hi everyone,
Hi, good luck.
how are you? My name is Good Luck Ringo
Thank
from
you.
Tanzania. My name is Good Luck Ringo from Tanzania. I'm also a
Wow.
part of.
Sir, please, you need to wait there. Did you just say Tanzania?
Yeah.
I'm so sorry.
Tanza-
I'm so sorry. Displaying my selfishness. I have
Mm,
special love for Tanzanians
Me
because
too.
to me,
And I'm
that's the
going
only.
there this month. I'm going there this month.
Wow! Because to me, that's the only African country that is still using their brain. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I'm so happy to have you here. You can continue, sir.
Yeah. Okay. I'm also part of Seed Africa and under section of CD Bank and Agronomy. So we are working in CD Africa to make sure Africa is hunger free. We train young farmer and the future farmer, also and the adult farmer, so that at the end uh, they can grow his income, also to make food security in Africa.
Good luck. We can't hear you so much. You need to speak a bit
We want
louder.
your mic to come to
Yeah,
your mouth.
I always say that he brings
Yeah.
me good luck. His name always brings me good luck. Speak a bit louder. Good luck, please.
Okay. So to make to my name is Good Luck Douglas Iringo from Tanzania. I'm also part of Seed in Africa and section of Seed Bank and Agronomy. We are working to make sure Africa is hunger free. Thank
Mm.
you.
Thank
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you so much for this first level introduction. And let's see if this young man, Prince Oladipupo,
God.
okay, can you introduce yourself now?
Hello,
Wow.
can you hear me now?
Hello? Yeah, we can hear you now.
All right. I'm not hearing you very well. My name
You
is
have the
Prince
floor.
Oladipo Jejelola,
Okay.
and I'm into research on the ancient Hebrew Torah, especially the one that was written down by Moses himself, and I found out that the document that was written was actually written in a writing system called Abjad. And Abjad system of writing is very limited in a vowel sounds. It's very limited in a major vowel sound. I think they only recognize two, and I think that's one of the challenges of those ancient Hebrew and Arabic writing system. That most of the time, you can't just say because you know their letters, you know their vowel sound, you want to go and read it. You have to be, you must have been taught as if you are cramming, so you cram, and the knowledge must be transferred from one person to the other. But what I did with the abjad system of writing of the ancient Hebrew, well, something it's as if a lid just opened up my eyes, and I will say this anyway. I believe it is a spirit of God, and I just discovered that if I insert vowels in between those consonants, Yoruba words are going to come out, and I did it exactly. Verse 1, verse 2, verse 3. Then and the Yoruba words that came out from this consonant actually retain the information that were ascribed to those consonants. So for me, it is like you writing PK, and you ask me to fill in the gap. And when I fill in the gap, I put letter O, and I get book. Yes, so for that mean it is because the person that wrote the PK actually is writing in English. So I put the O and I got book. So retaining the information that is we are talking about the same thing is because we are in the same language. So the reason why Yoruba words coming from the Torah retain the information of the information ascribed to those letters is because they were actually speaking in the same language, which is the Yoruba language. So, and that is what I've been working on. And the major project I'm actually embarking on now is trying to work on the old ancient Hebrew Torah, the one that especially those that are combined into what we call the Bible today. So, so that we can bring out the original language in which it was written, and we can get better information because there are so many words that in Hebrew Bible, in the English Bible, when you go to the Hebrew dictionary, they will tell you they don't understand the Hebrew writing, the Hebrew definition of the words. But by my work, by the grace of God, I've been able to define those words exactly the way they are. And so so by going through the whole Torah, the whole scripture, and then bringing it out such way, we will have the full information of of what is written, and also it will also help to restore the Yoruba language itself. Because as in the last record that I have with the Mr. Cetros, we discovered the word water, the Yoruba word for water, omi, the Yoruba word for EU are actually not correct. They are not sensible to a Yoruba man. But the Yoruba word from the Torah, the Yoruba word from the Torah for omi eyemi, is more scientific to the ear than the word omi. The Yoruba word from the Torah about for ill is okay iri, something that's blocking view. It's more scientific and more, it's more suitable to understanding than the word ordinary okay that you cannot reason where they are coming from. So from this, so it is a two-way thing. Working on the old Torah as as your own, so that we can get a full information, and also then restoring the Yoruba language itself to its original ancient form that has been used by our ancestors, and that is what I've been working upon. Thank you very much.
Okay. Thank you so very much for that mediumly long introduction. Okay.
I'm
Now,
very sorry.
no, it's fine. It's fine. But while we still while we continue with this stream, I will still want you to work on your audio because I can still get some bouncing back on your audio. Are you with me? Still try to see how you can work on
All
your
right.
audio so that we have perfect quietness. Okay, with that being said, now let's
All
look
right.
at the two angle. Let's look at the two angle. I'm trying to mute you so that our audio can be very okay. Now, I don't think it's coming from him. Let me see where the noise is coming from. Okay, that sound is actually coming from Good Luck. Good Luck Ringo. Okay, now the sound is actually coming from you because you are good luck. Every good thing is just looking for you. Now, let's start. If we are saying that we are African and we have something to contribute to the world, it is only those that are alive that will be able to contribute something meaningful to the world. And you can even be alive and not be functional based on the kind of food that you consume. And that is why we at Cetro's blog, we are looking at the holistic aspects that relates to Africans in terms of knowing our history, where we are coming from, what we are presently doing, how we are to add value to the world at large, and how to make sure that we live a healthy life in the future and as of now. And that is where Seed Africa, from the first time I had contact with Seed Africa, South Africa is making me see that another body outside there in the diaspora, they are thinking outside the box for the next generation in terms of proper seeding, in terms of enabling agriculture to thrive well. Now, we as Cetro and Cetro's Foundation, we are working on partnering in depth with Seed Africa. But before we go too far in this, in solidifying our partnership with Seed Africa, since we want to enlighten our youth, expose more of our youth to the proper system of agriculture, we want this platform to be such that all of our youth, all of our sponsors, all of our followers can actually listen to Seed Africa and know what your organization stands for clearly in clear, simple terms. We want to know what your organization stands for, how you intend to rebrand agriculture, how you intend to re-educate our African youth that have seen agriculture as a means of low esteem.
As an occupation for the aged.
Okay, my wife is saying
They've
something.
seen it as an occupation for the aged, for the never do wells, as in it's not lucrative, it's not something that it's for youth, it's not something that will make you blow. They are looking for things that they can just do and blow. So youths are just after the money. They are following the money. So we want to see how Seeding Africa is the the mechanism that will bring out the money making mechanism for these youth, and they'll be running with passion that I want to achieve this, I want to be involved.
Because the types of African youth we have now, they are not okay. It's like I'm having some noise on the back. The kind of African youth we have now, they are not the ones that want to wait like donkey, endure. They don't want to endure anything. They want results that will make them feel like they are in a very respectable profession. So to start with, Madam Edwina, I'm throwing this at you. In I want you to take this time out to clear to us what actually your organization is all about, what you have done so far to improve this agriculture in terms of seeding, and what you have done to help African farmers, what you have done to help African farmers to use the right seed in growing their crops, in what's it called, in preventing what's it called, pesticide and pests from ruining their crops and the like, and making sure that this agricultural product comes out with safe, as in a safe mode. Let me just stop at this point.
Okay.
Over to you. Yes, ma'am.
I hope I hope I can remember all your questions, but I'll start with the at my old age. I'll start with what comes out first. First, you said one single sentence how I would describe us. Well,
Okay.
it's simple. We want to feed our future.
Hmm.
That's why we're doing it, because we want to feed our future. That's just it. Now, how? Okay, the youth. We know and we realize that the youth, our youth, think that agriculture is boring, and I used to think that too, to be honest with you, until I first put my first harvested my first rice in Liberia as a program manager. And it was not boring. Actually, it was quite exciting. I was a program manager, but I left the office to go to the field to work with the people in the farming field schools because I wanted to have that experience. So, but the youth think that is boring. That's because they are not aware of the other aspects of agriculture. As I said in the beginning with my introduction, agriculture is not only putting a seed into the ground. It's everything around and about it. You have ICT, you have there's a word for it, tech agri tech or something. You have the technical aspect of it, you have the marketing aspect of it, you have the environmental aspect for it. It's a whole business. It's a whole business from start to finish. The only difference is that the product is something you can eat.
Hmm.
Now, how to get youth interested? I have been pondering about this, me and the team, and I believe I even spoke to you about it as well, Dio, a while back. And I thought that right now our youth, they, as you said, they want something now. They want to do something. But if we make it attractive, so if they, for example, I'm sure that if our youth see that, first of all, they see already what's happening on the continent. They see that they feel like there is no hope for them. So if they can imagine and envision themselves working on a farm, making good harvest, selling it, seeing the output of the work, because you have some harvest that you can realize the outcome within 3 months. You have some crops. So that means if you put the work to the soil, the energy to the soil, within 3 months you have money. If you have the connection to link it to the market, which we do as well, which we will do as well. So that means that we'll keep getting money if money every time. But you have some crops that can take a long time to materialize. Like stable crops. But anyway, that's part. I'll leave that to the agriculturalist on the team because I'm not an agriculturalist. I just know a little bit. But yes, we are trying to make it attractive for our youth. But at this point in time, they need to also realize that um, it's for their own good, that they need to chip in, they need to pitch in as well, because we have been leaving them behind for too long. It's time that they have a voice. And that's important to us at Seeding Africa. And
Okay.
that's about the youth. The second one was how do we plan on well, first of all, everyone should know this. We're only going to deal with organic seeds. That's it. We're not going to deal with pesticide. I mean, we got even the what's the word, the We're going to make our own. What's that word? Augustino, not the organic word for pesticides, because I don't like that word. It sounds like a pest. Like at home here in Norway, we make our own stuff for the plants. So we what's it called again? Oh man, someone get me that word. Don't make me yell for my husband for him to tell me the name of that word I'm looking for. Uh, uh,
Insecticide.
compost. Compost. Yes, we make our
Okay,
own compost.
compost.
Yes, we make our we have dry and wet compost, and we grow. Right now, today I had a special onions, and we grow paprikas, onions, beans, tomatoes, apples, pears. So there's a way you can use natural stuff to make compost for your garden, so you can do away with pesticides. Okay, imagine this: before we had pesticides and all the sites and all the stupid sites, what were we doing in Africa?
Hmm.
We didn't have those things, so we had to go and use natural stuff, right? So that's
Yeah.
just what we're going back to. We're going back to our roots. I forgot
Okay.
the other questions you asked me, so you either have to reiterate that or.
Okay. Because I remember growing up, there is this particular system of agriculture in which you even change the kind of crops you plant at a particular location. Is it rotational stuff? Who is the agriculturist amidst the team?
Well, for the team, we have a lot. We have Agostino, we have Good Luck, we have some more who are not on yet, but I'm sure they're waiting. But for now, we have Agriculture and Agostino and Good Luck. Agostino is also from Tanzania, by the way. You didn't tell him you like him too.
Wow, wow. I never my goodness. So no one, you know what? Is now showing me this is now showing me why your team is as in performing the way they are
Yes.
performing,
It's a winning
because
team.
a winning team is determined by the caliber of people you bring into it. When you have a cabinet of useless people from a useless location, their result will be useless. I'm sorry for saying that, but
No.
there's a country that comes to mind when we mention the word useless.
Liberia?
No,
Don't say don't say
I
let
would
me
say that,
describe the
but anyway.
country. The
no.
country is very big but useless.
Ah,
Don't say.
I don't want to
okay.
mention the name of the country.
Okay, I
So
say Liberia. I'm already on the list.
I know Liberia is still trying. But what about the
Uh,
country that has almost all the resources that the world is looking for, and yet you have a stupid idiot managing the system? So check on the this and you'll see the country is not far fetched.
well,
But we are so blessed to have Tanzanians working with you.
and
And now,
Also Ugandans as well. We have
yeah,
Ugandans. We have
Uganda is
Kenyans.
also a good country.
Yeah,
Then you
Mary.
have,
Mary is from Uganda, and she's
yeah.
been working hard as well.
Do you have anybody from Ghana working
We're
with you?
recruiting for Ghana right now.
Because
We're
Ghana
still
is
busy. We're
another.
still currently busy with recruitment, right, Mary? Mary is head of recruit. She's a HR.
Oh, because Ghana is another country in Africa that is really, really, really using their brain and using their sense. So we are so proud working with you. So Augustine, I'm putting this across to you. Being in Seed Africa, and you guys have been encouraging African youths to go into farming and what have you, encouraging the farmers to advance to
Oh,
ensure that they protect their crop, organic
be,
crops.
before he answers that, let me just say one thing. Then he can answer,
Okay,
please. We're starting now. We haven't actually. Tanzania will be the first country we start in. So now we're
okay,
building up a team. We're building up the capacity. We're arranging everything, making our proposals, budget, everything else. So we will start. First country will be Tanzania, and then from there we move on. Augustina, you
okay.
can continue.
Now, before Agostino continues,
Okay, thank.
our followers. We have our followers listening to you as you are talking, and they have questions. A lot of questions they are going to be asking. And this question is for Seed Africa. We have question for the Jewish man, the prince. So this question is for Seed Africa. I have a question about the seeds you use. Do the fruits and vegetable contain seeds that can reproduce itself?
Well, as I said, we intend on using organic seeds only. So that means definitely it should be able to reproduce itself. When a seed does not reproduce itself, it means it's not organic.
Okay, okay. I think that has answered that question. Then I think the second question is cause a lot of organic here in America doesn't contain seed? Okay, I think you've answered that. So the second question is going to Prince Jejelola. We'll be sharing the question because we have two topics we are looking at that are vital to the existence of Africans, so that we don't erode our history and we don't wipe off our generation coming in terms of poor feeding in the nearest future. Because some of these foods have been traced to be giving to be the source of so many health challenge, and some persons are making money from the health challenge that is introduced to improper feeding in Africa. Now, Charles Robini says, I really wish to know the meaning of the term revelation here in Hebrew and Yoruba. Fingers crossed. So, Prince, we want you to embark on that research now while we continue with Seed Africa.
All right.
Because okay, very
All
good.
right.
Oh, let's clap for him. His audio is back. His audio is back. Yes, yes. So
African demons and
yes, the African demons, they are on vacation. They went to buy popcorn. So so, so now with that in place, over to you, Augustino. Can you tell us a little bit of what you guys, your organization have done, as in terms of empowering farmers with this knowledge and skills on how to use safe seed? When I mean safe seed, organic seed, and to ensure that this organic seed are not mutilated at the end, before the end of the process, in terms of using wrong pesticide, insecticide, and the likes. I ask you this question because I discovered that some of my friends, they were trying to export some agricultural product from Nigeria after using insecticide and pesticide that was sold by some foreign countries here to us. And by the time they want to export, the same country is now saying that they don't allow uh, agricultural products that are showing that such fertilizers and what have you have been used, such insecticide and what have you have been used. So how do you ensure, how do you pass on the proper knowledge so that these African agriculturists or African farmers are well informed that their seedings, even if they have the right seed, is not corrupted by this uh, non-friendly, what's it called, pesticide and insecticide?
Hello,
We can hear you.
hello.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hello, we can hear
we
you.
can hear you.
You have the floor. Okay, I think there is a little
Hello.
glitch in network. Uh, Agostino,
Hello.
yes, we can hear you. Please continue.
Yes, can you hear me?
Very well, very well.
Okay, fine. First of all, as Edwina said, I'm not the you straight that question. Maybe good luck can do that. But again, why is Seeding Africa? How does it become attractive to youth, to the youth? To me, first of all, focusing the value chains which have been chosen, be it was horticulture, and the general choice of dealing with organic seed. This is very important because within short term, the youth can realize something through what they'll be doing. As Edwina said, within 3 months they can get something out of what they've been
O- Okay,
farming.
okay,
Has chosen to the youth.
okay. Although you are breaking a little bit in that, I think let's see if we can hear
Yeah.
Good Luck very well. Good Luck, Ringo.
Yes, how are
You
you
have the
guys?
floor now.
we emphasize small the farmer to grow organic product.
Can you bring your mic closer to your mouth?
In size small order farmer to grow organic product, first of all is to do training. When you train them with the importance of organic farming, when you say organic farming is free, is free from side effects for human body. Also, if you say organic product, also the marketing. When you say the price in the market is high for product. Also, through we convince farmers
Wow.
through the
We
also
we seem to be having some audio challenge with both Augustino and Ringo. Okay, while we wait for you to see to that, now let's move over to the Hebrew researcher. Now, our prince, I hope we can
Yes.
still hear you very clearly. Okay,
Yeah, of
now
course, sure.
you have this question. Okay, uh, our friend here, Charles Bobini says, I really wish to know the meaning of the term revelation in Hebrew and Yoruba. Yoruba is an African language that belongs to the Western Nigerians. So, you have the floor now.
All right. Yes, the word revelation. So what I did was just try to I checked the Hebrew word for revelation on one of my source, the ancient Hebrew writing that I use. So the word for revelation there is a letter is a KZWN. So well, and it is said to mean ear, ear as part of the body, ear as part of the body, then or to uncover the ear to reveal the last revelation, because most of these Hebrew words they mean different things. These consonants, you will see a group of consonants meaning like 4 or 5 different things. But what I'll discover is that with addition of proper vowels, I will get Yoruba words that will give all the 4 meanings. But well, because of the limited time now, so what I've been able to get, I can say, well, uh, hello, are you hearing me?
Very well.
So from what I've been just able to drag very easily now is iko isowa enu, iko isowa enu. That is receiver of that is receiver of divine. That's the receiver of divine information. So that's one of the third definition. That is the receiver of divine information. That is iko isowa enu. That is some Yoruba will say ofieti korowa. That is using his ear to get what we are saying. So from the consonant I have here, I can say iko isowa enu. That is what is hearing, is getting information of what is being said by someone else. And if you see the Revelation, the book of Revelation, especially by John, is that he hear people talking, heaven, a voice from heaven, somebody, an angel is talking. This one is saying maybe he was crying, and somebody called him and said, "This is what is going to happen." So, it's a combination of what getting information from what people are saying. So he called, he saw enu. So that is the at least the Yoruba word I can easily get, and which goes in line with the third definition from the Hebrew dictionary that I am looking at here with me here. So that is the one I can easily get. Iko, isowa enu. That is getting what is being said from another person's mouth. So that is what I can easily get here.
Okay, I put this question to you now. The last time during your first visit to our studio, you
Yes.
mentioned the fact that the possibility of having Jesus Christ as being a black man exists.
Yes, of course.
So why will you
Because
think such?
yes, I'm not the one that is going to say that he's a black man or not. Now, but
Okay.
from what we have here, that this the ancient Hebrew consonants, just by addition of vowels, is coming out in Yoruba words and still keeping the same information that we have in the Torah. So, well, advertently, one thing it means that now they are saying the 12 tribes of Israel, they are lost. And Yoruba, they have different histories about their history, which shows that they are lost people. So now, this ancient document now coming out in Yoruba expressly and perfectly shows that what? The Yorubas are what? Are actually what? They are from what? They are descendants of ancient Hebrew people. And if Yorubas and are descendants of these people, and we Yorubas, we are black. And apart from that, some other names of tribes coming out has confirmed that Ibini people, Nupe people are what? Are also descendants of what? Of the 12 tribes. So then, since Jesus is what? Is from the 12 tribes, then it must be what? Of the same people. So if I am black, if the Yorubas are generally called black people, then that means Jesus is what? Is a black man. Based on
Wow.
the Torah itself, based on the Torah. So it's not just what we are, it's not we trying to claim something, but it's what the Torah is saying. If the Torah is confirming that you, Mr. Cetrus, you are a descendant of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, with the words coming out from the Torah. And even, there is something about Daniel chapter 12, verse 1.
Okay.
Daniel chapter 12, verse 1. It was talking about the children of Israel. It said, it talked about somebody coming, that when that person come, that the children of Israel, they will be delivered. That means from the place where they have been gathered to, they will be delivered. And then the restoration will be about those whose name are found written in the book. Those whose name are found written in the book. So that will be what will locate their identity. So now, with this information coming from the Torah now, these people that they said are lost are being found out because of the Yoruba words coming from the Torah. So the Nupe, the Ibini, even Katsina, Kana people in Kano, Paliwa people, far north, their name is coming out from the Yoruba words coming out from the Torah. So it's not just we trying to say Jesus is a black man, but it is the Torah itself, and even according to Daniel 12:1, saying Jesus what is a black man.
Wow. When did he say that? What did
When
he say
did
there?
it?
What did he say
He
there?
said it's the Torah itself saying that Jesus
Yes,
is a black man.
yes.
Because of the interpret. I really want to get it. Viewers, I want you to send in your question as to this. When we had that video, I said, just prepare your questions. I want to get the real thing happening. How is the Torah saying that Jesus is a black man?
Okay.
I
Actually, I wish I can show my screen on this page so that we go through Genesis 1:1 together.
Okay.
But I don't think is it possible to show my screen.
Genesis 1:1. I
Uh,
don't think you will not be able to do that.
but you
I
can
will
But
have
you
shown
can
the
just
track.
read it out.
Now, no. That's my
Okay. Genesis, what are you reading?
no, no, I don't want to read the main Bible. I want to read the work where I did the work on Genesis 1:1.
Okay.
Actually, so let me get it from here. Yeah. So I'll get there. I'm coming.
Wow.
I'm coming. Let me bring that up, please, so I can read out to us.
Okay. Okay. While you are looking for that, we have somebody joining us now. Soji by name.
All right.
Hello. Hello, Soji. Soji, can you please unmute yourself so that we can hear you? Prince, when you are ready.
All right. I'll go to command. This thing now.
Okay, someone is. Oh, yeah, chosen. Says his name is not Jesus. His name is Yeshua.
Yeah, it just yes. Uyo Awashua.
Is it Yeshua or Yeshua
or
or Oyawashua?
Oh God. I'm coming. You
You
get
have to answer my own questions.
Wait. Let me see. I have my book now.
Okay, while he's looking for that, please let me quickly state this that this week We are bringing him back to the studio
Yes.
to do a proper series. This week we are bringing Prince
Oladipupo
Oladipupo
Jejelola.
Jejelola. We are bringing him back to our Setros Foundation studio to do proper series on this is research. And so please mark it out on your timetable to follow us, because we'll be doing much releases about his work and the likes. And for those of you that ask us the question that how do you access his PDF file, his PDF magazine. He has his magazine on PDF. How do you access it so that you can buy it from him? Please, stay tuned with us. At the end of this stream, we will discuss that so that you can actually purchase the
All right, I'm
magazine.
okay now.
Okay.
Can I read now? All right.
Yes, please.
So, well, though you guys cannot see, but the the consonant letter are BRA, then she YTBR, then R, just like that. I will prefer if you can see it. But now, after adding vowels to those
Sorry,
consonants,
sir. Maybe hello, sir. What you do is that when you come to the studio, we'll do a proper video shoot of this.
all right, all right,
So
all right,
they'll
all
be
right,
able
it's
to
better.
see your screen and
So
But,
everything.
that they
but
can
for
see
But you
what I'm
can
reading.
continue.
All right.
yeah.
So now on after adding the vowels, so we have this Iberea, Ishe, Eyi ti Ibu, Iroa, Eluayemo, Eyi ti Ishan Omi, Eyemi. Remember, Omi Eyemi is talking about water. Sean, and the Sean there is what? Talking about something like it's suspended. You know, Tomani
Thank you.
Lord Shockini Amoki. That means go and throw it up. Go and catch the hand. Sean Omi Eyemi. Wo Eyi ti Iyi Eri Ise. Eri Ise. Now, the word Eri Ise there is talking about the head. And if you look at the word Eri Ise, Ise means a closed end, something that is closed. So the earth
Okay.
is like what? Like something that is covered that you can't go inside. So they call it Eri Ise. So now, those are the way. And the word erise is it falls in line with the definition of the Hebrew word for earth. That is a place that is closed up, opposite of the atmosphere. You know, in atmosphere you can move freely, but the earth is where you cannot move freely. That is a closed end. Erise. So this is actually, and verse 2, verse 3, especially there's one particular verse 18 in the Bible, you will see them writing the right seasons, the right seasons. But actually, when I got to the place and I was trying to translate that particular verse, I found out that it is not seasons. It's what? It actually spell out the season. That I was able to add vowels and get otutu. That means what? Cold time. Now I was able to add vowels and get oda. You know that's what? You know that's Hamatan or that when there is no rain and when
Yeah.
no produce they are scarce. And then under season, in the same consonant that were grouped as season in the English Bible. Then also is what? Eshe, ino, yomo. That is talking about our heat period. You know, Eshe is cold. Eshe talking
Yeah.
about fire. That is a very hot period. Those three words were gathered together in the English Bible as what? As seasons. So you see
Wow.
that now getting these words out like this is helping us to be able to understand details, the information, the mind of the ancient writers of these books. And
You
it
know,
will even help us. It will help us to understand because the Yoruba we are speaking now is like it. Of course, is a corrupted form of the Yoruba that is coming out from the Torah, because their own Yoruba is very scientific. It explains in details what they are talking about. So that is
okay.
why I see the importance of the work, like translating everything so we can get out the originality of the language, the originality of the information in the Torah. And these days we see a lot of people challenging the Bible. No, they will say because of they will bring out one particular information. They will say this cannot be true, this cannot be true. But I believe with what is coming out from here, we will be able to analyze, and they will see the no this side. No, it will be so real that nobody somewhere will be able to come and say no, this is just a fiction. Because but because there are a lot of information that have been lost, that's why they can come up and say things like that. But from what is coming out from here, nobody will be able to stand up against what is written.
Okay. Now, you know what? Looking through your research that has taken you years to come up with, I'm beginning to your research is beginning to make me feel like some informations have been tampered with, either knowingly or unknowingly. Because the first time you came to our studio and you were talking about those things, what you were saying in Yoruba, and they are actually sounding or giving the same meaning as what it was in the ancient Hebrew language. And somebody just quoted something here now. It's by name Yas Chosen. Yas Chosen said, "It is written in the book of Daniel, chapter 7, verse 9. I saw the ancient of days, and the hair of his head like the pure wool." He now asks the question, who has woolly hair? Only black. Now,
Only black people.
is it only black people that has woolly hair? What do we call the hairs of other people?
Well, did you guys know that King James was black?
Honestly, I never knew.
I have proof.
Wow.
Carry on. Do you also know that Europe was ruled by blacks by Yorubas?
Yes, of
Europe.
course.
That's why they call it Europe, Yoruba.
Yes.
Europe used to be the vacation house.
I think
I'm the
there is,
living proof.
my goodness. I think there is more to
There's
this
more.
research.
It's
There is
coming out.
really
There's more.
there is really more to this research you are embarking on, because ever since you came to our studio to do this first video of yours, which this week you must come back and record like 5 series so that we
We hear
can,
more of
yeah,
the
more of
words,
the
more
words,
of the
more
transcription.
more
Then people can
questions.
see.
More people are going to give us questions today, even after this live stream, that we are going to prepare for you. We are going to baptize you with questions that you need to prove to us, because we want factual statement. But we discovered that everything you said during your last visit, it was just so crystal clear. The meaning, ever since the way we now read some of the
Yes.
meanings to words, we're now
Like
seeing that,
Oluwa.
yeah.
Oluwa.
Ol-
Adekoya Israel says, I'm learning.
okay,
As
okay. Adekoya Israel says, I'm learning. Wow, okay. Nice having you here, Adekoya. And somebody here is saying, the most high, okay. It says, yes, it was. Okay.
so
Now,
what's some other words like you said of the seasons now that Otutu came out
okay, you know
from
what?
Yes.
Before we delve
we
into
need
that,
some
before we delve into that, we need to go to agriculture.
Àwọn òbí conference. No mọ̀
Oh,
pé
somebody is talking at the background. So we need to go to agriculture question now. Now, Madam Edwina, let me tell you a little bit about this young man that is embarking on this research. He also happens to be a farmer, an agriculturist. Yeah,
yes.
he processed Gary. Are you with me? Can you tell us a little bit of your farming background, agricultural background?
Yes. Uh, I I went into a production of cassava majorly, because since I studied biochemistry, so I just felt well.
no,
I can
don't go.
use with my knowledge of biochemistry, I should be able to go into processing. So I process a cassava into Gary, tapioca. I produce tapioca, and then also instant fufu. There's an instant fufu powder that you make instantly. No, just and you get some real fufu. So those three products were the things I majored on then, before the events and overturn, and then led to the discovery of this ancient Hebrew Torah being a Yoruba document.
Oh, that's nice. But before we continue, before more questions come for you, this tapioca you just
I
mentioned
need
is
it like
interesting. If you can produce some quantities for us at our foundation, we'll purchase it from you. So that's just one aspect
Madam
I
Iberela, do
want
you
to.
know tapioca? Madam
Yeah, I know
Iberela,
tapioca. I know it.
You know
I know it.
tapioca?
I
My
I know
said,
goodness.
tapioca. I've never eaten it, but I know it.
oh,
Wow.
it's lovely. I love it. I'm a fan
That
of it.
that's what I heard. Yeah, that's what I heard.
Okay. Okay. Then Prince, we would like to know if your Gary, if your Gary is, don't mind us here, we look at cost implication for our foundation.
All right. All
If
right.
your Gary is such that we can accommodate to feed our youth at the foundation, please send us the price list for your Gary. Are you
All
with
right.
me? We can
All
decide
right.
to be patronizing you because we need to stock food that we are going to be using to feed the youth that we are training. And crossing over to South Africa, uh, we want your team to understand the fact that because a lot of you in South Africa, Mary Shema, I would like you to talk after this statement now. A lot of you a lot of your team member in South Africa, you guys are in other countries of the world, but you really need to understand what we have here in Nigeria. Whenever you talk about uh people not whenever you talk about farming in Nigeria, for example, or in some other countries, people that are outside the country, or most of the time, people that are outside the continent are like, if you are saying that you can throw seed and they grow in Africa, in Nigeria, for example, then why are you not growing much food that you need for yourself and the likes? Now, I would like you to also look at the way you can help, like this our youth that we're training, that we're bringing up, how you can help them develop the attitude of growing crops, growing food, even if it is food crops that they can use to sustain themselves even when they don't have access to land, because people think that because land is everywhere in Africa, not everybody have access to those lands. There are some persons that are the owners of such land. There's millions of families that do not have any entitlement to a single plot of land.
Yes.
So I want you to look at this aspect and advise us on how we can help this our youth. It's just a pity that we are not in our station, we are not at home, we are in our friend's place this night. We would have shown you, somebody sent us a verse,
It's
a,
not a many
many
verses
verses,
for planting.
planting verse.
Yes, planting
So
verses.
we want ideas on what, proper training for this youth on what they can do to grow some of these crops and the likes. And the person sent us the
Seed.
verses and seeds to
Seed.
use in growing this stuff.
We never
So
had any
please,
space to do that before, but
why is this lady's network just up and on? Then Mr. Soji, can we have you on board? Is Mary Shema back?
Yeah, she was, but she's gone off again.
She's
oh, Mr. Shoji is
Mr.
here.
Soji is here. Yeah.
You're welcome, sir.
You're welcome, sir. You have the floor, Mr. Soji. Can we meet you?
Mary is back again.
I think Mr. Soji is in Nigeria because he's only in Nigeria. Yeah, yeah. Let's clap for Mr. Soji. He's really representing Nigeria. He's only in Nigeria.
You have the
You
blackout.
have
Good evening.
blackout. Yes.
You're welcome, sir.
That
Good
blackout
evening.
is the signature of the most populous black country called Nigeria. Over to you, sir.
Good evening.
Good
You're
evening, sir.
Good
welcome,
evening.
sir.
Thank you. I'm happy to
Yes.
join you people.
Wow.
It's a pleasure, sir.
Yes, I've been learning under my teacher. This is my Hebrew teacher, Prince JJ Lola, for almost over a year now. I've been under his tutorship.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow. You are so lucky.
Yes. Thank you.
Yes, sir. We just found him maybe
About 2 weeks
about
ago.
2 weeks ago that we just found him, and it blew our mind
Yes.
off. It blew our mind off. Somebody that is dedicated to this level of research, because his research is such that will open the eyes of Africans to know where they are coming from, to know what they have gone through, and to now readjust their mind so that they can take back what rightfully belongs to them and preserve the generation to come. And that's why we are linking his live stream with that of Seed Africa, because Seed Africa is already doing a lot in making sure that the feeding of the Africans, which now we are confirming that they are the lost tribes of Israel, the feeding of this lost tribe of Israel called Africans need to be properly taken care of, so that we are not going to be nursing some kind of diseases that we are not aware of, because most of the time people are just running after
Can you think of my husband's great grandma? She's 100 years old, and this woman, she can still walk, she can see, she can, all because what they had then.
It's not even that she can still walk. Let me help her.
She can stand.
She lives on a 2-story building. She still climbs the stairs. She clocked 100 September this year, and she still move around all by herself. Why? Because she grew up in the village where they have access to organic food. She enjoyed herself before moving down to the city. Until date, she's still funky fine. You can even toast her on the road. So now, Mr. Soji, what's your contribution to this, our discussion this night?
Well, the part that interested me the most, my teacher have already rounded up on it, which is the ancient Hebrew part. And the agricultural part, I'm just hearing about it now.
He has not rounded up on anything, though. We are still warming up. He has series of questions to answer, because a lot of our followers, ever since they saw his video on our channel, they've been loading us with questions and the likes. And that's why we are going to run some series with him. We are going to see how much of his work that can come out there.
And thank God, sir, that you are learning about the agriculture today.
Yeah.
So this is Madam Edwina Ibereola. She's in charge of Seeding Africa, and it's nice we Africans are getting to know each other and getting to know that this is what we're to do to preserve the next generation, so that everything, just like the history was about going into extinction, so that our food and everything will not go into extinction. Because so they are trying to preserve our seeds, our future for us. So it's good.
Because if care is not taken now, our children in the nearest future, we think that the so-called what's it called? This bio seed, they might, if they don't know that there is anything that is called organic seed, organic what have you, and all you do is sharp growing of all these food crops and the likes, our children in the nearest future might not even know the meaning of organic seeds, organic food. Because as they grow like a Greek, as we call them in Nigeria, as they grow like a Greek, and all they know is all this sharp what do they call them? Biotech kind of crops. They will not know that such crops, such seeds might have some damaging effect on their health and the like.
It's not even might. Some of these fruits that we buy nowadays in Nigeria, you just put them, maybe Mr. Soji, if you can bear me witness, we just put some of these fruits, maybe they are just under it. They just have a lot, they are not exposed to proper air for some minutes or a day. You now see them, they already start getting rotten, and you'll be wondering, is this what actually have been taken into my system and all the like? So the things that they are doing now, it's really, we just have to allow Seeding Africa help us.
It's all about preserving both your heritage and preserving your existence. Your heritage is your ability to trace yourself back to your original stage, which is what the Prince is helping us with, and preserving that heritage in the nearest future, which is what Seed Africa is doing. So, Madam Edwina, you have the floor now. We want to know, in what way have you been able to capture some of these African youths and farmers all around Africa, so that they continue to come into this vision, this exposure rather, on how to make sure that they are using the right seed for us. Because I tell you, even here in Africa now, we are being exposed to so many fruits that are not organically grown.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, well, as I mentioned to you earlier, that we're in the beginning phase, and we're gonna be launching in Tanzania soon, and then Uganda and stuff. But how we've been managing so far, we've been busy with marketing, marketing online. If you want to find us, you can find us on LinkedIn, on the website seedingafrica.org. On Facebook, we have a Facebook page, we have a Facebook group. We are still recruiting because it's a huge project, because we're talking about 54 African countries.
Wow.
54, not one country, not two country, not Liberia, not only Liberia, not only Nigeria. We're talking about 54. I can say it in different languages, 54 if you want. That's a huge project.
Hmm.
So let it sink in first. 54 countries.
Wow.
Initially, 600 people per country. That's excluding the three school gardening projects that we're going to be doing in three schools in three communities. Okay, so it's a big, huge project. It's bigger than me. It's bigger than the team. It's something that we all have to do together.
Wow.
We all have to
Wow.
work on this together. So how we're reaching them? We are still busy trying to find a way of getting the youth mesmerized and falling in love with agriculture, and we are trying to get this young lady from Namibia. I was wowed by her background and everything. So Mary is in charge of HR. She's working with
Okay.
HR. She's supposed to contact this young lady and bring her on board, because I know that, because it takes young people listen to their peers. So if a
Okay.
young person believes in what we're doing, they will be able to convince the other young people to come on board. So that's one aspect. The other aspect is they can contact us directly. As I said, we can be reached on LinkedIn. It's very simple to find us, seedingafrica.org, or
Hmm.
on LinkedIn, on Facebook, on Twitter, on Insta, all those funny online places you can find us. So,
Okay.
and not only the youth, we also need adults too, because as it's a big project, we need more country managers. Because each country, we need a manager for them. We have some country managers, but it's 54 countries. And we
Hmm.
also need country managers for in the diaspora as well, because we have Africans and blacks in the diaspora. So if you want to become a country manager in the diaspora or in Africa, and you know that you are competent enough to do it and you're motivated, please contact Mary. Or contact
Okay.
HR. Sorry,
Okay.
Mary. Contact HR at seedingafrica.org. I repeat, HR at seedingafrica.org. We need a lot of
Okay.
people on board. And bear in mind, initially it's voluntary position, and so nobody's making money here for now. We want to set it up first. So I mean, uh-huh.
Okay. I think, Mary, please, can you use your mic now? We want you to sell Seed Africa to us as an HR person. And mind you, I worked in HR for about 10 years in the banking sector. So I want you to sell that angle to us. From your HR perspective, what is Seed Africa doing to impact the life of African farmers, agriculture, sustenance, and the likes? Over to you, Mary. Wow,
She can't
I
hear.
think
She's having.
there's really
Mary,
network network challenge.
She's having.
She's really having a. Okay, let's go back to the comments from one of our followers. Says Umko says
Hello.
organic. Okay, Mary is back. Okay, Mary, over to you.
did she hear the question? You might have to repeat the question to her.
The problem is that she's even frozen
She's here.
now.
Yes.
She's frozen. So organic grow culture is our Asian sustenance,
Kindly repeat the
sustainable
question for
income.
me.
Okay.
Mm.
We want you to sell we want you to sell Seed Africa to us. Let's assume that you want me to join Seed Africa. Can you please sell Seed Africa to me in a minute? Let me see what I'm coming in to offer, the value I'm coming in to add to Seed Africa, and the benefits I'm going to draw for my country. Wow, I think she's having serious challenge. Okay, let's look at
Kindly
okay,
repeat
somebody.
the question. My network is a bit unstable.
Is she from which country is
So
that lady?
if you
I
could
love to.
please repeat the question for
Oh, I think Mary is not on the good side of network tonight.
African ones.
African. Okay. Now, somebody is linking agriculture to Abel here, sustainable Abel cultural. Okay, so it's still dovetailing back to this, to the fact that we are, so Africans are from Israel. Okay, now let's get back to Hack. Ola says, beautiful day is here. Wow, thank you so very much. Then, wow, we have Madam Claudia Emmanuel here. Greetings, the Most High. We continue to bless you for the great work that you are doing towards empowering the youth. Thank you very much. So, with this statement from our own grandma, we call her grandma, Madam Edwina, since it
Oh,
seems to
I'm
me
the
that
grandma.
no.
Ah,
I'm talking of Claudia Emmanuel.
okay.
No, you are still like a 16-year-old babe.
I know,
So,
Mm.
just following what Madam Edwina, Madam Claudia just said now. Now, in what way, can our youth, the youth from our foundation, Citrus Foundation, in what way can they benefit from this Seed Africa project?
Well, first of all, they have to. There's a criteria to choose the beneficiaries because
Okay.
it's for the same way you have criteria to choose the country representatives. So what happens is like we have a country representative for Nigeria. That person is responsible to identify three communities that have access to land because we're going to do the farmer field school and project stuff. So identify three communities in Nigeria. Take 100 people from each community, but also identify 300 youth in Nigeria. Now it's going to be hard to find all of them in one place because not everybody wants to do agriculture. But reaching out to, for example, to organizations like yours, to youth organizations that support the youth, and then giving them, for example, let's say Cetra is giving you the list of criteria of what we need in a person to make for them to be able to join. So based on the criteria, you then will know which one of the youth will fall into that criteria.
Okay. Then the next one is that the so-called, are you giving out seeds to these interested youth or interested farmers and the likes? If yes, how how do they
We,
assess such
well,
seeds?
first, we're not just going to farmers and saying, hello, here are seeds, and that's it. No, we are doing it in a methodology, okay, in a
Methodological way.
methodological way, exactly. We're giving training. That's the
Okay.
first thing. Once the beneficiaries have been identified and they fit all the criteria, we're going to give them training, both the youth and the adults. And we will put them. They will be working on I don't know if you heard of this concept called farmer field school concept.
No, please.
Oh, it's a very very good concept. It helps towards peace building because it
Okay.
puts people together. For example, Liberia, I created with my team 12 farmer field schools in the country, and Liberia was a war-torn country. So you had people working with people who killed their father and killed their mother, but they work, yeah, but it helps to bring peace. It brought peace because when you're working together, because the people who did the bad stuff apologize to the victims and the victims forgive them. So Because no matter what you do, especially in Africa, you must always try to bring in peace, because that's one of the aspects of our training as well. Peace building is very important. So anyway, it's going to be the form of, we're going to take the farmer field school method, and they're going to work on that school after the first the training, then they do the communal training on the in the school. Whatever, during the communal training, we will give them seeds and the inputs and everything, and we'll have community development assistants working with them. Then from there, they will go back to their various houses, village, and stuff like that to implement what they have learned. And before they go, they will be giving a small package where they are of organic seeds and the necessary stuff where they're supposed to use that on their land, but they are also supposed to help their, for example, let's say if they plant, when if they plant the seeds and it grows, they would have known already in the training how to do seed multiplication, because then we're not going to give them seeds second or third time. No, you get the seeds once, that's it. If you don't make it well, or you don't multiply it, and then that's up to you now, so then they're
Wow.
supposed to learn, they will learn how to keep some seeds for the next planting season. They should also share some seeds with the neighbors who didn't have the opportunity to do the trading. That's where you get to create the ripple effect, and also replant some seeds again and stuff like that. So that's what's going to happen. So first training project, put it away, you learn, and whatever all the produce that comes from the farming field schools is not coming to us. We're going to link them to the market so they can sell these products. And even before they go, we're going to link them to the markets. So, and we are for this project, for the 300 people, for the 600 people per country. That's 300 adults and 300 youth. We are aiming at people who have never farmed before but want to farm, or people who have little knowledge of farming. For the real seasoned farmers, we have a network. We have a farmers network. They can become members on our
Hmm.
site. So a real seasoned farmer can become a member. There are benefits to become a member, and businesses as well. If you have hotels, restaurants, you can become a member as well. There are benefits for that as well. So we have like two parts, and then the farmers, the young people and the adults on the school. They, once they have learned and they finish the time in the farming field schools and they go back to their respective areas, they will also be linked to the market, because we find it important that once you, because it's very bad when you till the soil and you get your produce and you can't sell it, either because of no, and I'm talking from experience when I was working in Liberia. No, I had to actually take people's produce and put into my car to bring it to town to sell it for them. Sometimes I had to buy it myself. So, and that can be very demotivating. So it's very important linking them to the market, but also giving them, helping them to create a relationship with the with their buyers, as well as
Okay.
they can even seed suppliers. They can sell some of their seeds to seed suppliers locally as well.
Wow.
But as long as they make sure they keep some seeds to, and they keep multiplying the seeds, that's important. The organic seeds.
Okay. Okay.
Hmm.
Thank you so very much. I think at this point in time, I will want to go back to our Hebrew professor, our Hebrew researcher. Now, at this point in time, I want to ask you some personal questions.
All right, sir.
Now, the personal question I want to ask you is that what actually brought you into this space? What actually brought you into this space that you are now thinking of? You said you study biochemistry
Yes, sir.
from the University of Ife.
Obafemi University. Yes,
Wow.
yes, sir.
You know what? You know why I'm reconfirming that university? When I was thinking of going to the university, I actually went physically to sample the schools. And when I got to Ife, I had a change of mind that I didn't want to come to that school because they read too much and they get lower grade because most of your lecturers are high level scholars that are stingy when it comes to releasing grade to students. So I went to University of Benin with the mindset said that I will read as if I'm in your school and do that while I'm in University of Benin. I found out at University of Benin they will give you according to what you have read. So I came out from University of Benin as the best graduating student in my department. So with that being said, looking at you coming from University of Ife, and you are now moving from biochemistry into ancient Torah, discovery, and the likes of them. Can you tell us the background story behind this, please? What
Yeah,
motivated you in research?
just as I said before, I was dealing with the cassava stuff, and it got to a time I was thinking of I want to expand the business, and but I couldn't really do that. And also, there's a quality for my product that because the gari I produce, well, people actually abandon the product they were using before for my products. So, but it got to a time that the villagers that used to work for me, they don't want to produce that quality again. So I was kind of I have to start doing some of those work myself. At least the last batch I did, I had to fry gari from 5 a.m. in the morning till 10 p.m. in the night. So that my uncle, one of my uncle then, he has to come and see, "Ah, what are you doing? You that you've not been doing this thing before. So you want to kill yourself?" So when I came back to Lagos, I know I cannot really continue with this. I have to get machines. So, but I couldn't get that on time, and it was feeling like I was being frustrated. So it was then that a friend of mine advised me. So I went to a kind of a camping, or a prayer meeting, like it's a Mountain of Fire, their deliverance program. So after when I came back from that program, so I was like, I don't want to be troubling myself because I was grieving my heart that what because customers were still calling me asking for my product that it is the best. That is what they want. But except I want to kill myself. That is when I would say I want to go and be doing it myself. So and I started frying Gary. Sorry, I started reading the Bible. So, well, at the time I said, well, instead of just reading the ordinary Bible, let me read the Hebrew Bible, which is the one that is being used in the Middle East today. The Hebrew that is being used in the Middle East called modern Hebrew. So I started reading that. So it was along the line I discovered there is another ancient Hebrew that was actually written by Moses, the way it was written by Moses. So and I ventured into that. So the first time I came across Genesis 1:1, and I wrote, I transcribed their own letters into the English letter that we use today. Eh. So it just dawned on me that I look at the combination of those consonants. So it just dawned on me that this is Yoruba, this is Yoruba language. That if I put the right vowels in between these consonants, this is Yoruba words that I am seeing. And I tried it, I ventured into it. So, and the Yoruba words came out. Then verse one, well, the first verse, I felt maybe it was just a kind of a coincidence. To me, it was like maybe it's a coincidence. Then verse one, verse two, verse three, the old chapter one, chapter two, chapter three. So I went inside and see some other books of the Bible, New Testament. Then I started saying, this is modern. This is not a coincidence. This is actually a real and a true fact. And I believe that God has actually led me with even the failure of the business and trying to read the Bible, and then let me just read the Hebrew, and to the discovery of this, I believe it's not just it's not just a coincidence. It's just like as if I was being guided into this work, and I believe it's just God.
Okay, okay. I find this interesting. And as our manner is here at in Cetro's blog, we always look at every youth that comes around us to leave them with a lasting impact. And as such, that's why we are asking you this question. And
All right.
we want to know, because fully now for years now, it's like how many years you've been working on this project?
Well, it should be the fourth year. The
Wow,
fourth year. The fourth year.
fourth year, and you've been working on this project. Um,
Yes.
I would have loved to ask you so many personal questions. I don't know how you will take it, but I
All
want to
right. Let's
know.
go. Let's go.
Okay, how have you been able to sustain yourself working on this project for 4 good years? That's like 48 months, isn't it?
Yes.
How have you been able to sustain
All right.
yourself? Do you have this what's it called now? Do you have this your project in a soft copy that people can buy so that you can have more fund to process to continue your research and now link it up to how it can affect Africa as a whole?
Yeah. All right. Yes. When I first started the work, actually, then when everything was down, actually, actually when I was processing cassava, I take cassava from Abeokuta, so I stay in Abeokuta then. So I bring my products to Lagos. So I don't have a house in Lagos. But my a sister of mine lives in Lagos, so I'll bring the package cassava, the gari, tapioca, and everything to a place to distribute in Lagos. I also distribute in Abeokuta also. So by the time the whole thing collapsed and it's I see there's no way again. So I went to a place just to cool off my head. So it was there I came across this thing. So I can say I'll say well all those time it's like I was living on her actually, and but it now got to a time when I started the work that well I was being pressured actually to go and get a job. And so I started looking at it that if I said I want to get a job, the most easier job to get is a teaching job. And I know the way they will take your whole time, your whole life, that you won't have time for any other thing. And I see this thing as very, very important more than the money that they're going to pay me. Because I know that this project is actually money in itself. Because now, now working on the old Torah, bringing out the old information the way it is what is a new Bible on its own. That
Mm-hmm.
the King James and all the other Bibles that have been written, they will have to come and
Version.
consult. Yes, a new version that they want to come and consult. So it will affect everything, and that means reprinting of so many Bibles. And this is and when when we talk of something or the Bible, it's something that will continue forever. Until until the end. So
Let me cut in here so that
all right.
as you because when you talk for a very long time I might forget some key points.
All
This is
right.
where I'm driving at because as Cetros Foundation we believe in helping youth to discover that what they have passion for can actually sustain them while they continue with that passion. Now we've seen that you have passion to demystify the mystery behind this so-called language of the Yorubas that is actually the missing link in between the original Hebrew means of communication and what we have now that has been translated into the Bible, which we already know. Now, we want to, we're asking you this question because we've gotten to a point now. That means that you are currently working on a project in which you are
Yes.
rewriting
No, not
you are
rewriting,
writing
but
you
translating.
are translating rather, not
Yes.
rewriting. You are translating the version of the Bible that
Yes.
gives
Sorry,
it
sir.
huh?
Sorry, sir.
You are
That word translation, it is not
okay,
translation. Uh-huh. It's like
okay,
reawakening. Not now. We say that the ancient Hebrew itself is Yoruba language. Uh-huh.
okay,
It's like reawakening the ancient Hebrew language, which is the ancient Yoruba, the ancient Hebrew, which is the ancient form of what Yoruba is saying. You know, Yoruba too is a recent name. Yoruba is not it's not what we are called before. We are called Omoinuabi. It is incursion of the white men and then the Fulani that brought the name Yoruba. That was the sort of name Yoruba. So it's like reawakening the original language that was spoken by Moses, which is actually the Yoruba language. So their own form of Yoruba is what we are bringing out now. Their own form
wow,
of Yoruba is what we are bringing out, and which is perfect, which is real, and which contain the original information in the Bible, untampered with.
Oh, so it's not
Mhm.
translation.
It's not
It's
translation. It's the origin.
reawakening the original, the real
Original.
system of communication.
Yes. So it's not
Madam
translating
Edwina
it.
has something to ask you.
No,
Uh,
I wanted to say that I will send you a file
all right, man.
on WhatsApp. I want you to share it with Prince, and I
Okay.
want you to read it too.
All right.
You wanted
It's called the Black Roots.
the black
Roots.
race.
It's a
The black.
roots. It's a
Okay.
PDF file. Every black person in this world needs to read it.
Oh, whoa.
So I will just send it to you now. Okay.
Okay.
But
Okay.
continue, sir. But I just wanted to say that.
All right.
Please,
So
please, our followers, they want to listen to you. They said I should give you space to
To talk.
talk.
You want to learn more
So
of those names, like names of
you
places.
just mentioned something Omonenu Abi
Uh,
now.
on my Inuabi, yes. On my Inuabi, yes.
Yeah, I will want you to continue your talk from that angle and bring in more facts also for people to listen to.
All right. Yes, I said the Yoruba used to answer the name Omo Inuabi before the name Yoruba came up. Actually, that word Omo Inuabi, some people want to make it as if it is the source of the word Noah, the Noah of the Ark. But actually, that is not the Noah. The palace of Oni of Ife, there's a square before it said Inoa Square. I believe they don't know this the particular person that is called that Inoa. But actually, from apart from the Torah translation, there's also the area whereby I know it is known by the help that I received. So I discovered in Yemen, the last Hebrew kingdom of Yemen, there's a king that the English people call and the Arab call Dunuas. They call him Dunuas, and then they are the lost. They call them the last Hebrew kingdom, but they lost their kingdom. They were defeated, and they said he disappeared. They said they don't see him, but later they assume he died. They assume he died. But actually, it was after that thing happened that some people appeared in West Africa here, and they were led by somebody, and then so it was actually that the particular man they called Dunoas, which is well, for me I call him Odu Inoa. It is this Odu Inoa that came to West Africa, and is the one that when the Yoruba say the 400 people, they call them Orisha. That is a Yorumole. That is the first people that came. So it's actually this Odu Inoa and his people from Yemen that came to West Africa, and then they started a kingdom. It is then later that some of their people that were taken as slaves to Abyssinia, like East Africa, that they too later came to join them. That is where you hear in Yoruba, there are different versions of Yoruba migration. They said from East Africa, some came from Mecca. Actually, it's actually from Yemen that they came. That is Oduinua and the armies that escaped. Then those that were taken captive, they migrated from the East Africa where they are taken, where they've been taken as slaves. They migrated to join them. It's from there that actually they spread over West Africa to establish a new kingdom. So that is a story that is linking. Well, that's a story because there is no way as a Yoruba can have a story that does not connect the other race. That is why when you say Udua came from heaven and it just came down, bam. Then who created the South African people? Who created this Tanzania people? Who created Liberia? And so if Odua just came and created the Ilefe, so all those ones are just meat. They're just meat. So, but I think, but we've been able to get a real story, a real physical story that shows that apart from the Torah saying that yes, Yoruba people are what they are Hebrews, we get a link. Actually, I said that word, the last Hebrew kingdom of Yemen. This is the name of their king, and Oni of Ife's palace, where the palace of Oni of Ife is located, is called Inua till today. And so it's called Inua also. So with all these things, but what I'm majorly embarking on now is the translation of the old Torah, just as I've said, bringing it out. One thing is that it will help to restore identity. And there's one thing about identity. When you know who you are, when you know where you are from, and you know where you are going, it will change everything about your life. So to me, I believe even in West Africa, even in Nigeria alone. Now look at the problem we have in Nigeria. One of the major challenges in Nigeria is that what? The North, the South, the East, they see themselves as different people. The Yoruba and the Ibini people, they are fighting. The Nupe people, they are claiming, no, we are different. So now, but from the information coming from the Torah, it shows that all these people are what? They are one people. Katsina people, they are rooted they are Hebrew. Kano people, they are Hebrew. Balewa people in Bauchi, they are Hebrew. Remove Katsina, remove Kano, remove Bauchi from the north. How many people do you have there left? You see that the major people there have been what? Have been grouped. So that means maybe the rest of the people that their name have not been found is because of the rest of the part of the Bible that I am here to work upon. So now, if the whole population of Nigeria now understand and know that we are all descendants of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, do you know what is going to happen to us? So all the indifferences, all the infighting is going to be taken away. So now we are going to move together as a one nation, as a one body, having one goal, having one desire. And the world will be under our feet. Then we'll be able to push up the whole West Africa and the whole Africa. So that is the thing about identity. So this work is going to remove some lead. It's going to remove a lead away that will open up a lot of things. So it has a mental impact. It has now also while I was working on this work, I discovered that the root of some English word are actually from what? From words from the Torah. Some of this Yoruba word from the Torah. Like there's this word, teacher. Teacher means actually is from a word meaning to sharpen. To sharpen something. Like Yoruba will say, if you want to sharpen iron, one want to shine away. What is shine away? That's actually sharpening iron. That was what they used to form the word teacher. Okay, what to shine away. So some words like that. So if you look at this thing, so now for me, I see English language as what? Is a child to the language I'm speaking. So I am proud. I can stand before the Queen of England and tell her, you're supposed to be paying me tribute because your language is from my language. So it's identity. Everything is embedded in this work. It is going to be. It is more. How I say. So actually, I've had a lot of challenges and some people pushing me to go into some other work and our money. But I just see that they don't understand. They don't see what I am seeing. But if they can see what I am seeing, this is a regeneration, transformation that money cannot compare to. It's more than money. It will, it's something that will generate a lot of billions, trillions. Is loaded in this. So I just believe it's a very wonderful project that if you can get sponsors to really embark and really bring this to pass, yes, it's going to change the face of Africa, black race, especially those that are the descendants of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Well, majorly in West Africa, it's going to really change everything. And the black all the black men in America, in the Europes, I believe they will be that pride. There will be that pride, and then all this sense of slavery of the past is going to be removed away. That yes, we are the true children of Israel. So majorly for me is that actually if we can get sponsors, majorly to make sure that the old Torah is translated, and I believe it can be done within 2 years. Within 2 years, at least it can be done perfectly within 2 years. If I can get like 20 people that are open to the work, 20 people and working almost every day. You got 20 people working for 2 years. Actually, you should be able to have that done with. So that is I think for now that is all I have to say.
Okay, when you say work, 20 people working, are you referring to working with you?
Working with me, yes, of course.
Working with you, okay.
That means
So that
I have to put them through, then oversee everything they are doing, so that actually we can have perfect information. So like those 20 people for 2 years, of course they will be paid. They have to get their salary. So we
Yeah.
need to get them paid, and every other thing they need to work with also. So
Okay. Someone is asking you a question. It says, what about the Obalek and Okpa Oromiyan?
uh, well, and you know, all those ones are, when I talk about the Oduinuas, it when they came to West Africa, and they established a kingdom, and they were actually building their religion. The Fulani Islam went to Arab Mecca. They took over there, and they were spreading. While our own people were here in West Africa, they were actually building themselves. They even want to go back to where they came from. So they were actually planning to go back to where they came from. So but Islam, they too want to take over West Africa. They want to bring their religion into West Africa, but it was not possible. But they found one young man that whose father has a royal blood. There's a man they call Zua Al Yemen. Zua Al Yemen is also from Yemen too. Zua Al Yemen is also related to Oduenua, who was the king then in Yemen. So actually it's actually Shango. That's Shango. So Shango was actually a descent of so Shango is a descent of this Zua Al Yemen. So it was him that the Fulani people, the all these Islamists, that they met and they had an agreement. So the agreement is this: he will allow them to come into West Africa to bring Islam, and then they will make him king. So that means they will help him to fight his own people, and then he will become king. So that is actually all this story about Shango, the war of Shango, fighting and fighting until they got to Ife, and they actually, so the story of Shango war that reaches to Ife, and they actually won, but and then Oya, who is actually not his wife, Oya, which is actually a Yoruba person. So it was through the manipulation of Oya that all the what do they call it, the thunder powder, Ara, the one that is called Ara, Edun Ara, that Shango was actually using against his own fellow people. Shango now is working with the Islamists to bring Islam into West Africa. So now, and they have this thing like they call it like gunpowder, Edunara, that any city they get to, by that time, the people in West Africa, they are not yet introduced to that particular Edunara that can blow up walls. So they still rely on arrows and sword. But by the time Shango will come, all their wall that they have built, that they see as security, the Edunara will be loaded close to it. By the time it explodes, it will remove their walls. So some countries, some of the people actually, when they saw that, they allowed him to enter their land peacefully. But those that did not, he pulled down their. That when you say Sango, also Songiri, Lagiri is actually what they were using then. So, but it was through this Oya ingenuity, the ingenuity of Oya, that pour water on all those Edunara. So by the time the Yoruba people, the rest of the Yorubas, the rest of these people now came to attack, there is no what? They don't have any Edunara to use against them. And that is why he killed himself. Because he knows without the Edunara, he cannot face those people.
Whoa.
So he has to just commit suicide. He has to just kill himself. But by that time, the Islam has already what? They've already strengthened themselves. They've already entered into West Africa. All right. So, and they've taken over so many lands. So it was later, after generations, that Oromiyan came back to restore back and to fight some of those land and restore. That's why you say, if you read the story of Oromiyan, they said he was looking for lands. He was fighting for lands, then trying to, but actually it was like trying to take back what was taken from his ancestors. So that's why he was able to fight and get all those Benin, all those land away from the from the clench of all those Islamist control, and trying to restore his children too to rule and to reign, on all those lands. So that is where all this, it was actually when he died that they used the Opa Romeo, called the obelisk. And also, these obelisks are also found in Ethiopia. The same type of obelisk that was used for Oromia were also found in Ethiopia by these people called Oromia. They call them Oromia tribe. Oromia, they answer the name Oromia, and they answer the name Igala. They answer the name Oromia, they answer the name Igala. And actually, from my own work, from my own other thinking, these people are actually also from among us here. That's from my work. So because during after Romeo has taken so many lands, he also planned to go back to Yemen. They want to go back to the Yemen, to they call it on of Africa, and that on of that area. So they were planning to go there. So though the history among the Yorubas said they did not go, there are some people stopped them. Some people stopped Oromiyan from going. That was the history among the Yorubas. But the real history of life shows that it did not happen the way the Yorubas are saying it. Because actually, Oromiyan did not go, but some people went. That means Oromiyan was allowed to stay back and govern this place to support them. But some people left Igala, they left that time. And if you read the story of Oromia, they will tell you that they just appear. They don't know where they came from. They just appear, and they said that they are going back to their land that was taken from them, from their fathers. Hey, check the go and read the story of Oromia people in Ethiopia. So that they are going back to the land of Africa, a land that was taken from them. So they just say they call them Igala. They said their war cry is Igala. They say for me, I say Iguala. Because from my work, the name Gilgal that we call Gilgal in the Bible is actually Igunle, Igunala. That is, if you hear the word Igunle, where you set to, Igunala, to go into your portion. Where you
Jesus.
set to go into your portion. And you know the children of Israel, they first got to that place. It's from there that they now start launching and possessing their what? The lands, their inheritance. So Igunle, Igunala. So now it is that word Igunala that is what? Going into our possession. Going into our possession. We are possessing our possession. That is actually their war cry. And the Igala people today in Nigeria, Igala people, that's actually they are what? From me, I'll say they are descendants of people of what? Of Gilgal. Because that is where they get their name from. It's what? Like Iguala, that is going into our portions, into our divided portions. So, and that is why you see that the same obelisk that was used for Oromion is being used in what? In Ethiopia, because they are actually the same people. It is from here that they left. So they have the same knowledge, the same, they do the same way. So that's why the same obelisk is being used over there. So these are some of the, but the basis of all these things is actually what? The Torah coming out in Yoruba, perfect Yoruba language. Because the Yoruba we are speaking now is not perfect. But
Wow.
perfect Yoruba language. That is the basis of all this information that I've been able to get out.
Okay. I want to believe that we have a whole lot to draw out from you in terms of knowledge and exposure of what this beautiful lost tribe of Israel are doing in the past, where they are presently, and where their future actually lies. And we cannot accomplish this in just a single live stream. And that's why we are going to dedicate this week to create series of nicely recorded videos of this our Hebrew researcher, and to help him because he has a whole lot to do in terms of archiving his works, presenting his works to millions of people, millions of Africans that really need to know what they have, what we have as a people. He's so knowledgeable. If I allow him to continue, he has so many historical facts. And the challenging thing to me is that each of those words that is actually making use of and interpreting them in the ancient Hebrew language, they are sounding exactly the same way or better than the way we speak our own Yoruba here. You can imagine Igala, which is Iguala. By the time he brings his interpretation, I now begin to see more reason to the fact that you might be surprised that the missing language of this Hebrew is actually the Yorubas that will is actually the Yoruba language that we speak here in this side of Africa, Western Nigeria. And as such, we look forward to hosting you on in our what's it called in our studio. And we also want our supporters here. We want to see how we can be able to support him so that he can continue to embark on this research, because presently he's working on the what's it called on the Bible, in bringing the original language, the original way the Bible was written, reawakening that language. I want to call it the dead language, because that language was dead because it has some missing link. Now is infusing back the vowel sound to give us back the original language that the Bible was written in, and to make Africans rediscover their root. Because when you rediscover the fact that you are a prince, you will not live like a beggar. When you rediscover the fact that you are supposed to be the giver, you will not be waiting for the rest of the world to be giving you handouts. And that is why we want to say a very good thank you to you, Prince, for this work. And please, his work, he has what's it called? He has his work in PDF. Is it on? You see the reason why I said that English is not my expression. If it's Yoruba now, I will flow very well. Now, this man is making me to understand the fact that I should not kill myself. I should not come and kill myself, past participle of kill. I should not come and kill myself if I don't want to speak English to express myself. I can actually express myself in Yoruba language. Now, Claudia is saying the biblical land of Israel is Africa. First Kings chapter 1, verse 33 to 45, and Second Chronicles 32, verse 30. My goodness. Prince,
Yes.
have you read something like this?
Well, actually, there's this thing that the land of Israel, was actually marked to Egypt. That land of Israel is marked. I think there's what is called the Suez Canal. That separates Egypt from the land of Israel today. Was actually constructed. So without that Suez Canal, you find out that that the land of Israel today is just an extension of what? Of Egypt. And so that's why it was being called. So a lot of our people that have already believed that yes, that we are Israel of Israel. So they want to like go beyond the time the canal was built. So they just take it as what that. So that means it's part of Africa. So if not for that now that is separating it, it's what it's supposed to be an extension, direct extension from Egypt, to Israel. When the children of Israel, when they were leaving Egypt, the Bible mentioned of a direct way where there will be no water. But it said they will be afraid because of war and they will run back. So therefore, God took them through what? The Red Sea, so that He can show them a lot of signs, so that they can be able to trust and have faith in His power. So by the time they will get to the land of Egypt, they will have faith enough to be able to the land of Canaan. They will have strong faith to fight those people, knowing that God is with them. But if they had gone direct without manifestation of enough power on the way, they could just run back. They will have run back immediately. And even this one, when they got there after the manifestation, when they saw the giant, what did they do? So it's actually like there's a direct way without any without any river, without anything. before the Suez Canal was constructed. So that is
Wow.
actually so some people still use that now. They are part of Africa because it's an extension of Africa.
Wow, wow. So I want to, at this point, we want to tell our audience, our followers, one of the way you can support Prince Jeje Lola on this project that he has embarked on his research is by helping to patronize his PDF. He, he just has one of his magazine in PDF. He has some of your books are in PDF or on each of them.
Actually, they were on Amazon, but I actually I broke them down. 'Cause, like I want to re-edit them. Uh-huh. So
Okay.
they have been I'm working on them presently. But for the magazine I already have the flip book. I have a flip book for the magazine. I have a
Oh,
soft copy flip book so that people can easily
read through.
when they buy that they can flip through a hair. So when they
Oh,
pay, they can easily get it. Uh,
wow, wow. So, like, how much would that be?
well, we just put $10,
ten
ten
dollar.
dollar, $10.
So, our subscribers, our followers, if the, I don't think that for somebody to have spent 4 years to embark on this research, and he has so many facts that are really eye openers to every one of us, especially if you are humans and you really want to know the truth.
Okay, somebody
Ten,
saying, how do we get it?
okay,
Please send the link.
somebody is saying, do a concept says, how do we get the PDF? Okay,
Now say, please
now
send the link.
it now say please send the link. Prince Jeje Lola, do you have a link whereby they can pay to access the
Press the
PDF,
flip book.
the flip book?
The flip book. All right, I will actually. We're supposed to have a link, but the pay stack that we are using actually is not working on that link. It's not working presently. So those that are actually buying presently, they are paying directly. I send my account, so they pay into their account, and I send them the flip book, the soft copy, by mail or by WhatsApp.
Do you have a, what is it called? Do you have
What?
a domiciliary account?
Yes, yes,
Is it your domiciliary account they are paying into?
and actually, my domiciliary account is in a Sterling Bank. So they are and Sterling Bank, I don't understand them. So people cannot pay directly. Unlike other banks like GTB that you can pay through SendWave directly into
So
but Sterling they don't operate like that. So what I just do is that they pay through SendWave, and I go to GT Bank because I have an account with GT Bank. So I just collect the money there on
okay, so
the.
if you are saying send wave directly now, the challenge is that we might not be able to share your information on your
Yes,
send wave information
yes,
like this
and
on this
yes, that's
platform.
the challenge.
So
Uh,
please, for those of
You
you,
can send your email so that people will contact you, then you send
okay,
them.
please
Please
can we
all
have
right,
your
type your
email?
email
Can we
so that from there
type?
they'll just
type it.
Yeah.
contact you and you
All right.
send them privately. It's
Yes,
safer
I
that
think
way.
so. All our subscribers, you can see it's very good to have an intelligent wife who is thinking outside the box
Wait,
or without the
let's see.
box. Now, she has just advised us that for those of you, our followers, our well wishers, and those that really want to support this young man, being a youth all the way from Africa, want to support him in this project as he has a whole lot to work on. Please, he's going to send us his email address here, and I'm going to put it out so you can reach out to him directly so that you can get his send wave detail.
Then
Please,
he will send the
then
book to you.
so it was when you reach out to him, just tell him that you are interested in the PDF. So he will send you his details so that you can use that to use SendWave to send him. When he says $10, please you can support him by
Supporting by
doing more
doing
than
more
that,
than that.
so that what he's just trying to say is that minimum of $10. If you are willing to help him with $10, that's fine. If you can do $20, if you can do $50, if you can do $100, if you can even do $1,000 to support this cause that this young man is using all of his life to pursue, we will really, really appreciate that, please. And if you are there, you would like to collaborate with him so that he can finish up with the whole what's it called now? The
Reawakening.
uh, I don't know what language to use now. Representing the Hebrew, the Bible in the original language that it came out before. Please, is a project that is open that uh, you people can, every one of us can help us. Please reach out. Please, I'm just typing this out loud. Please reach out to Prince JJ Lola for his PDF slash flip book on on his email. I think I've just sent this now. Please reach out to Prince JJ Lola for his PDF or flip slash flip book on his Gmail.
Lamp, lamp stand. It- L is supposed to be in front.
Oh,
Lamp,
wow. I think
lamp stand.
I made a mistake there.
All right, so
Okay, let me recopy that. Lamp stand.
lamp stand. All right, so
Okay, okay,
and also,
okay.
sir,
Yes, please.
hello, sir. Actually, we're also looking at another opportunity, another way. Is actually that I'm actually looking at meeting a lawyer. That we're looking at if we have people that are interested in this work and they want to invest into it, so
Oh,
such that in a way that when the book is out, maybe they can be as shareholder, have some particular percentage wherever the book is being sold. They know that they are kind of they're going to have like an investment. So we have people
okay,
like that also. So that provision is also available. So we can get really
okay,
people that really want to really people that have faith in that, of course, that are believers that want to really invest into it also.
okay, okay. I'm rewriting that on his Gmail. Please, I'm saying that you should reach out to him on his Gmail. Um, your Instagram. Do you have an Instagram account?
Yes,
But are
but I
you
think I work much on WhatsApp.
on
WhatsApp, so that I can
WhatsApp?
communicate on WhatsApp.
Okay. Let me put your WhatsApp number there. So please, okay. So I'm wrapping up here. Um, we have, oh, what is happening now? Please, his phone number is +234 708 5492282. 0708549282. So this is his phone number. You can reach out to him on WhatsApp through this number. And if you're interested in investing into his work, you can reach out to him. I think with this, we've come to the beautiful end of Sunday live stream. We are so glad to we want to say thank you to everyone that has participated in this live stream today. Uh,
Thank you, sir.
it's very interesting to discover that we have some black Jews,
No, that you yourself, you.
and it's very funny because what this young man is just trying to tell me that is that I'm a Jew, that I'm an Israeli
Well, yes,
from the kingdom of
you
Israel
are.
because I'm a Yoruba man. And I'm from the West where the language is spoken of. So you people should give me some respect. I deserve some accolade. Don't mind me, I'm just kidding. So from all of us, we want to say thank you so very
So
much.
please do watch out for the videos. We'll be having some sections this week that will be explaining more of the words
Yeah.
and clearer videos and all that we need to know about this real reawakening of the real translation. It's not translation. I don't know how to call it. Just knowing the right way the Bible was written in the Hebrew language and translated into the real ancient Yoruba language. So we'll be having more videos to that effect this week. So just watch out. Thank you so very much. It's nice having you on today's live stream. And if you're watching the live stream after now, you can still drop in your comments, your questions. They'll be well attended to. Yes. And you're highly welcome. 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 Yeah.
And you can also, in case you've not
And
seen
please don't
his,
forget to like the live stream and
yeah.
share.
And please, in case you've not seen this latest video in our studio, this is the link. You can watch the video, give us thumbs up on that video and share so that more people will be able to discover Prince Jeje Lola. And more so, if you need a soft copy of his book, you have his details, you have his email, reach out to him. The best means of the best means of paying for his book is through SendWave. We want to say thank you so very much. And from here, from me, my wife, my family, my African neighbors, oh, Sherry McCleary, we also await our return. We are waiting for you here in Nigeria. Oh, people are commenting. Let's just look at that. The Most High Servant daughter said, "We are Jacob's children." Wow,
Yes.
wow, that's great. That's great. Paula Brandon said, "Thank you, love. Thank you so very much, Stu." So from the Citrus family, want to say thank you so very much.
So Prince, what's the last word?
Okay.
What will you be saying to our followers?
I'll just say I thank everyone that have made out of their time to join this program today, and I my only prayer is that as we are getting into this understanding, and as the riches that are attached onto this work will be unfolding, that we will all be partakers in the name of Jesus. So that is just what I have.
Amen.
Thank you very much.
Amen. Thank you so very much. It's a pleasure
All
having
right.
you today. We are so grateful,
Thank
sir.
you. Thank
And we
you.
want to say thank you to everyone that has joined the live stream. We really, really appreciate you. Thank you for all your comments. Until we come your way next time, we remain the Citrus. Catch you. Love you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.